hope you're doing fantastic. What's going on? I'm driving food delivery here in Pittsburgh. The sun's out, finally, hopefully it's here to stay. And I want to talk to you about starting strategies, when to go online. So check this out, this is interesting. Look at what Uber Eats is doing right now. It is about 3 p.m. and the map is looking fantastic. So what, $3 my immediate zone, $3.75, $5 downtown. It's looking pretty good. Now here's the thing, I'm on my way to my normal power strip. It is not necessary. Clearly there is enough business in my current zone. That's just a power strip that I'm used to. That's an area that's really dense with restaurants. So for me, there's a little bit of commuting miles, but I don't mind. It's my go-to starting spot. And here's the thing, here's the strategy, in my opinion. I know my market, that one area is more likely to keep me in that area versus if I drive here, or like we saw in a recent shift, driving in another area that's gonna take me even further away from areas where I want to be. So I'm anticipating it's gonna stay busy, which is another thing. Not only is the positioning strong in this area I'm headed to, but I anticipate it's gonna stay busy, so I'm not going to necessarily lose out on bonus pay. So just a couple of minutes, let me know you agree, let me know your thoughts on the starting strategy there, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, online, and here's the thing. Again, it still has that $2 surge pay. So driving up here, again, still busy, a little bit after 3 p.m. right now. So I should get something really soon. And since it's so busy, I should be able to pick and choose. Now, I'm also online with Grubhub. I actually got an email recently. It said they're gonna update, I guess, the main screen on Grubhub. Let me know if you got that email. But I would like to see improvements to Grubhub. The actual live map like this, I would love to see that just for some visualization on Grubhub. I just see like the task screen, you know, it says no offers available. And then to show me if there's any bonus pay. So quickly, multi-apping, $6.93 on Uber Eats, $4. Not a good enough margin here, but this one for Boston Market, 11:21, 3.4 miles. And yes, it's ending in a known power strip. So let's take this one, that Boston Market right down there, just a minute or two away. So order number one, let's do it. Here's a quick phone tip for you. Number one, if your Wi-Fi is usually on, you should probably turn it off. Just to make sure it doesn't like ping, try to join like a Starbucks, a Dunkin' that you're driving by, could slow down your phone, etc. Number two, with the privacy, the do not disturb specifically. I have an iPhone, but make sure do not disturb is off, because the pop-up notifications, you want to see that for order requests. So there's times where like I forget and I have to go into the actual apps because I can't see the pop-up notifications. You want to see that. And then something else, please comment down below if you feel like this is, I feel like this is the thing. Comment down below. Do you feel like no matter how good the run, like you're comparing the dollars to mile ratio, the time, the positioning, the potential pickup, the parking in the area, all that, don't you feel like you're like, I should have declined it, or I should have taken that other DoorDash order, or that Grub, you know? Like I'm sitting in traffic right now and like, I get a twinge of that. I'm like, I should have taken something else, right? But I know there's always traffic on this road, right? So maybe that's the takeaway. Like, don't worry about it. Don't nitpick every little thing like, oh, this was a wrong thing, you know, get down on yourself or whatever, because you know your marketplace best. Dollars to mile, dollars to time, how much time is it gonna take? And again, that's where your marketplace comes into play. And then trust the process, I'll tell you that. So drop off number one, and then I'll see you in a bit. All right, done, and easy decline. I mean, look at this, 844, 11.9 miles. Please never take anything like that. Dollars to mile ratio. How much am I getting paid for the miles driven? But yeah, dollars, trust the process. Dollars to mile ratio. Do not take things just because it's paying you some money, because it's gonna take you way out of the zone. And you are spending money to drive back into a zone, or even drive back home if you get pulled away, really far especially. Check this one out. Check this one out. $16.52 for just 5.5 miles. 38 minutes, so double that in essence. It's gonna be like $30 an hour if I got another one, approximately. But it's from a place that I frankly always decline, McDonald's. So what do you do in that circumstance when it's just killer dollars to mile ratio? Even the time looks pretty good. Would you always decline it? So I basically just did a response video to one of our Q&As asking, like, should you have basically permanent blacklist restaurants? And I cited McDonald's, but this time I'm gonna take a risk, because I always want to test these strategies. Like, for sure, if I go to this McDonald's, which is usually, it's busy, it might be like that Boston market we just had. I can't get inside the lobby, so I have to wait in any drive-through line. We always have to double check these processes, right? So it works or doesn't work for you. So that's what I'm doing here. So I took it. It is a little bit of a drive to get there, but I liked the positioning as well. It's gonna end in Oakland, which is really one of the busiest areas here in central Pittsburgh. So let's test the theory. McDonald's, is it a permanent blacklist? Let me know down below in the comments. We'll see how this goes. All right, here we are. What does that say? Restroom is closed on mask no entry. Let me try these doors first. Can I get in? Nice. It looks like the lobby is open. And I feel like you gotta check, because like once you check once, you should be good. So let me get in there. Here's a massive area of opportunity that every app needs to do. Look at it right now. This is it. Is juggling order requests when you're driving. I mean, just safety wise, especially like I was just doing, driving at higher speeds. I mean, not the one that you saw, but really minutes before that, commuting into a different zone. Now, what can you do? I mean, obviously on any app, you can ignore it. Let it go through. On DoorDash, you get, I believe it's 15 to 30 seconds. Grubhub, you get a little longer, typically 45 seconds. But look, I'm getting another one here. It's tough to manage. I'll tell you that, it's tough to juggle. So I always recommend, like I'm gonna do shortly, is to park, sit, and wait. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Grubhub said in that email that I was talking about earlier, they said there's gonna be more info on the main screen. I think the area to click, it's too small on Grubhub. On Uber Eats, I can click on a singular separate X to ignore it, to decline it. On DoorDash, there's a separate area to click and ignore it. With Grubhub, it's literally right below the accept button, and it's this tiny text. It should be completely on the other side of the screen, like DoorDash and Uber Eats. I don't make any mistake accidentally clicking accept, because it's a pain sometimes to cancel on Grubhub. They need to fix that. And imagine, again, you're driving, the thing's bouncing around, you're trying to click on it and drive and click ignore. It's too small, in my opinion, on Grubhub. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. Let's take this one. Chicken Bubbly, $7.08, 2.4 miles. You see that text down there? Reject offer, it's right below it. Oh, it said orders no longer available. That's another thing they have to improve on Grubhub. They have to. On DoorDash, there's a countdown. On Uber Eats, there's a visual bar countdown. There's nothing on Grubhub. So, do they give me 45 seconds? Do they kind of rip me off and give me less time? There has to be a visual counter. Shop and pay, Uber Eats, not a good dollars to mile ratio. 9 to 6. Let's decline that. But yeah, there's got to be a visual counter. I can't, mentally estimate. I got another one here. A Tarashi. let's take it. It's not stellar, but I'm hoping I can get a stacked order on this one. But again, yeah, they need some kind of a counter there. So I'm back home and I'm really curious how this shift went with that McDonald's run with a few different strategic pieces here. So let's go over the numbers. This shift here in Pittsburgh was from 3:15 p.m. until 5:15 p.m. Total gross revenue, $26.86 from Uber Eats, $20.07 with Grubhub, totaling $46.93. That equals a strong gross revenue per hour of $23.57. During this shift, I completed 4 deliveries, received 4 tips, with an average tip of $4.25. Business miles here, a number that I've really been happy with recently, 19.1 miles with a payout per mile, $2.46. Now your floor, your goal really is $1.75 per mile, but $2 to the $3 range is really an ideal where you want to be. Now, of course, that does vary based on your marketplace and how spread out it is. And based on these business miles, I get a tax deduction of $11.17. So if you got value in this video, can you please drop me a like on this video? Much appreciated. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you, and I'll see you in the next one.